Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome to Victoria 3. This will be the second time we're playing as the Ottoman Empire. The first time, in the 4-hour span of the stream, we got one objective away from reviving the dying sick man, whatever it's called. I have a better grasp on what we need to do to accomplish this, so I think it will be very, very good. The interesting part about this game is that there is a little bit of RNG. So, while things happened a certain way when we played last time, there is no guarantee whatsoever that it'll happen again. And I really like that. So who knows, maybe Russia will push us this time, maybe they won't. We just don't know. And again, this is what I wish was available to us from the get-go. But we know that the Ottoman Montenegro and Albania are really good for agriculture. All right, we are going to dive on into it. Let's get to it. The sick man of Europe, the Ottoman Empire, is in a period of steady decline. If we do not reassert Ottoman sovereignty and reclaim our place among the powers of the world, we risk catastrophe. We have fallen, but we can rise again. In an auspicious incident, we depose the Janissaries, who had maintained their miserly group on power for centuries, finally allowing reform to be possible. There is so much more to do. First, of course, we need to replace the Janissaries with a truly modern military force, but in addition, we must restore the place of sublime port at the very height of civilization. Education, urbanization, and sovereignty shall be the top items of the agenda. We know what we can do. We know our capabilities. I know we can reclaim Syria, and we're going to do that significantly faster than when we did in the past, or yesterday by the past. I think we can nail urbanization down. We know what we need to do there. Education reform is going to be the really interesting one. Suppress separatism's a bit easy, and army modernization. So we can do 3 of them. It's going to be the last one that's going to be hard. So that's what we really got to do. Bureaucratic reform, as much as I want to do it, I don't know if it actually is feasible. But what we're going to do is we're going to start shifting our focus relatively quick. We are going to go after line infantry first. Nationalism, labor movement. Hospitals wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Public schools is probably what we should go for. Let's go for that one first. Yeah, we'll build up a little bit, and then we'll go to war with Syria after we get line infantry. I think that's kind of the way to go. 10 battalions in reserve, insufficient taxation capacity. We want to keep that up. We have an unhealthy economy as well, which we can fix that. First and foremost, we are going to reduce the power. Oh, this is the benefit of RNG. You guys can't see some of this stuff. There is no good spot for the camera. Maybe right there, but maybe even not. I'm just going to move back over here. So the best part about RNG is that we had armed or local governors across the entire board here last time. Now we have 2 armed forces, 1 intelligentsia, and only 1 local governors. So let's take a look at everything in power. They're at 41, basically 42%. We can remove the lieutenant general, and we can start working on that. I do want to try and keep, without forcing a revolution. I feel like forcing a revolution is a little bit of a cop-out. I do want to see if I can manipulate the political system enough. So we're going to start by retiring this guy. Now, automatically, they'll start going down because they lost that 10% buff. Laws-wise, let's go after dedicated police force again. I feel like that's really going to be positive. Yeah. And then the school system will eventually get through. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Now what we need to do is we need to take a look and see what our demands are. We need services. We need groceries, and we desperately need paper. So we might just... France. What are we doing here? Trade routes. Okay, so we do need to work on some bureaucracy. Let's go ahead and get an import route for grain going. So that way we can cap that out. We are going to have a tariff on exports, but not anything else. We need an import. We'll do the British market. I don't know that we can really import any groceries. Groceries are always in short supply. Paper, on the other hand, might not be too bad. We'll lose money on this, but the benefit is that we do... Well, the tariffs we'll lose money on, but I think it'll be cheaper. We'll do that. All right, so we know we need to work on bureaucracy. We know we can work on some groceries. I do want to take a look at the quality of life and see what they're missing here. We need grain, tobacco, clothes, and furniture. Tobacco, clothes, and furniture. They're paying an exorbitant amount for furniture. So we have 7 mills. How much luxury furniture are we bringing in? They're paying 69 bucks for it. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Let's get a consumption tax on... I just don't think that's worth it. That's a lot of tax. I am going to tax grain for now until we can be in the positive for an extensive period of time. We're going to bump that up as well. And then we're going to work on let's see. They're all making, no, we're going to prioritize non-luxury across the board. All right, so what we need to do is we need to work on infrastructure. Now, Albania, we can totally just like bust a move. They have, let's see, that's 20, 30, 40. They have 40 infrastructure right now. These are 5 apiece. So if I built 10 of those, that's 50. 60, is that right? No, per level. That's going to be more than enough. But that'll get us our tobacco plantations. And that will increase that output in a very positive way. What we do need is that construction centers don't actually contribute. They do. So if we built construction centers in a place, in some places that did not have urbanization, we'd be able to pull that out. And then we probably do need some logging camps. We'll see how that goes first. We'll take it nice and easy. I don't want to go too stinking bonkers. Unproductive trade routes. Yeah, I know it's unproductive. All right. Cool beans, Nito. We're doing good over here. He's part of the armed forces as well. So honestly, he has more than the intelligentsia do. But the intelligentsia are in command because Muhammad is in command of that. Cool beans, Nito. All right. So if that does get enacted, which there's a high success chance that we will actually be low on bureaucracy, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Alrighty. I don't really think there's much that I can do. While we get things done here, with the establishment of a military draft, the state must now decide the role of non-Muslims. I just don't know that I want that. We lose that tax. But we also get minus 30% conscripted. Influencing. Diplomatic actions, we're going to influence France and Austria and the UK. I'm going to embargo Egypt. I don't even think we need to worry about damaging relations. Whoa. No, I think we're okay here. I think we're good. There we go. And now we're starting to crank out things a little better. And like I said, we've got an extensive amount of money that we can kind of blow. A climate of paranoia has enveloped the city of Bursa after a local imam accused the Catholic community of conspiring with Austria to undermine the authority of the Sultan. We are going to crack down. That is going to reflect poorly on Austria, but we're working on it, so it's okay. We'll be all right. Dedicated police force right then and there. Piece of cake. That's going to be really good for us. We cannot ban slavery at the moment. Propertied women is not going to work. Serfdom is abolished. Censorship, the right of assembly is going to be blocked by everyone. Freedom of conscience has a chance. Yeah, we still need to crack down on those guys. Their clout's gone down a little bit, but it hasn't been too terribly bad. We'll have to see. We're right at the very beginning of the game, so I think we got some wiggle room. We do have more authority though, and I do think I want to tax. We'll put a sin tax on liquor since that's our primary culture for role-playing reasons. We'll tax that and luxury. Oh, luxury furniture wouldn't do jack crap. I imagine this actually. Oh no, that does some. Yeah. We'll kind of boost our income as much as we can. All right. They want to restore. We're not going to restore that. We're kind of in a chill mode for diplomacy at the moment. We're going to wait for some things to happen. We can do a few of those. Census or universal suffrage. We need to urbanize. An urban center equal than or greater than 5. That's not going to happen in our empire. Not for a long while yet. Factories in Bosnia refusing to hire Bosniak people. Yeah, get out of here, Sunnis. We don't need that sort of stuff in our lands. Okay, we're going to build wheat farms, which is going to really boost our market. Grain would go up slightly here, but not bad. I think we just maintain a single. Yeah, that's fine. And then that way we have unproductive trade routes, which is definitely going to be here. I don't need that. That frees up a little bit of stuff there. We're exporting plenty of tea, which is good. To the point where we may build some tea. Some kind of, what would be a good, what are the goals? Well, for right now, I'm trying to do everything I can, obviously, to revive the sick man of Europe. But what I want to focus on, you can see here, we've already increased our standard of living by quite a bit. So this time around, I do want to really focus on ways that I can make basic goods cheaper for my regular pops. So, again, we can do that by hovering over and seeing what they're paying exorbitant prices on, excuse me. So like right now, furniture, fabric, and wood, and services. Food, fabric, wood, and services would all be good things to focus on. So what I could do is I could go to wood, import from the Russian market. We'll go ahead and do that. That's fine. But that still means I need to build some furniture shops. So we could build a couple of furniture manufactories. In fact, we'll do that to where it will lead. Let's see, that's 20 then. So that's 80, 90. We'll do that. We'll do 2 of those. So that should equal the point where Macedonia will have an urban center. And then we do need to find ways to increase our standard right there. Oh, we dropped real hard. I think we'll pick it up. Okay. Oh, Russia. Went after the Kazakhs. So yeah, we're going to kind of just balance out our economy a little bit by building up some standard things that we can definitely use. Suppress separatism is working just as planned. We do need to wait until we get empiricism. We'll go after line infantry, like I said. And we'll be on our merry way. We're still technically in the positive. It's important to remember that the expenses are just temporary expenses right there. And then once we're done building, we'll have that. Some Turkish people are unfairly blaming the poor living conditions in Cyprus. And we can handle that. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to probably like boost this area by quite a bit. I built too many tobacco farms. Nice. So we get total separation in law, public schools, freedom and accord party, leads to dialects and psychiatry. We're gonna go to line infantry. We're already researching it because of technology spread. And then we can go take a look at the laws. I cannot enact private schools unless I brought in... I can't have state religion or serfdom. Let's try it. Let's see who supports the law. The intelligentsia. Well, I do believe we have enough. Oh, we don't. We need 200. Let's remove the tax on liquor. Then we'll go to politics. We'll boost the intelligentsia, which may hopefully, in theory, give them more clout. And the more clout they have, the higher chance of passing that we can enable them to do. I think we'll be good. We do really need to work on some administration. So again, in places that we don't have that, I do have a little bit of... we'll do that. And then we just got to really mind our stuff. Line infantry's already been unlocked. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and get with... You know what? We do probably need a production thing a little more. Let's do intensive irrigation, and that will feed off of cattle and grain for that as well. So, still a poor relationship with the Ottomans. That's okay. But we're starting to really gain some relations with the French and the British, and I think that's where things will get really good. Of course, we could always drop taxes if we needed to. Let's go... Perfect. And then, oh my word, that's like super perfect. We are going to promote at a small expense of bureaucracy, because I do want to get the intelligentsia and the armed forces up to a higher point. Yeah, we're losing 10% in tax waste. We're officially underneath. Ideally, I should probably push these guys up. I'll let that furniture manufactory go in. The Sultan has taken a personal interest in the ongoing debate concerning the freedom of conscience. Mahmut Osmanoglu seldomly intervenes directly in matters of law. No, we'll totally do it. Yep, freedom of conscience. Awesome. Oh, that's hot. That's some hot tea, or hot coffee. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay, I think. We really need those government admins to come up. Because if I can get out of that, that would be fantastic. I may have enacted law enforcement just a little bit too early. But I think we'll be okay. Politician has died. Oh no. Well, let's see. That's 40 total. They've got 60 total. And as they keep pushing in and filling up the employment, we should be able, there we go. We're slowly climbing out of it. Anti-clericalism. State's efforts to curb the power of the clergy has provoked a backlash, who are demanding an end to these anti-clericalist policies. The nation needs a faith to tie it together. To abandon our ways could lead us embracing a system full of errors and sophisms. Anti-clericalism is necessary. Climate of paranoia around the city of Tirana. We are going to crack down. That's fine. That's Russia. We don't care about Russia. And then we also have a religion, autocracy, nationality. So if we don't have state religion enacted, we're actually going to push that. So that's fine. I don't have an issue with it. I do think getting freedom of conscience out of there or into law is going to be the most important thing. And then we just got a couple of things, and then we are going to have to just sit for a little while. All right. Outraged by the High Port's decision to elevate the legal status of dhimmis and spurred on by the rumors of foreign-backed insurrection, a large Sunni mob has rampaged through the Albanian corner of Tirana. Yeah, we're definitely going to intervene. I don't even want to deal with that. We're trying to keep separatism really low, and we can't do it. Look at that, though. We're already at 35.7%. I think we were at like in the 20s for like the first 15 years, and we tried urbanizing too quickly, and it didn't work. So I'm glad to see that we have that rolling a little bit faster. All right. We are officially going to have to tick off the armed forces and the intelligentsia. And I am going to tax tobacco to really get us out of there. And we have very, very little waste, which I'm okay with. Order restored. Awesome. 10% of the Albanian pops in the Ottoman Empire become loyalist. 5% of the Abibio pops in the Ottoman Empire become loyalist. Let's look at cultures overall. Because I am wondering... National supremacy is okay. I would love multiculturalism, but I'm afraid we're a little too early for it. So we could do at least racial segregation. Cultures will be accepted based on heritage cultural trait with any primary cultures in their country. So I think that would go a long ways to allowing people to be accepted. And if they're accepted, then I think their turmoil goes down, if I remember correctly. Which would be pretty important. And we're a little too close debt-wise to be worrying about anything else. The martyr. A fiery Sunni preacher has shown up in the capital, provoking fights with guards and yelling the most incendiary rhetoric. He is clearly attempting to be arrested and make himself a martyr. This government is antithetical to the natural faith of all men. Its concept of society itself is utterly foreign to spiritual truths. It believes there is an insoluble opposition between our faith and the Ottomans' worldview, and believes that it somehow can decide the fate of our souls. Ridiculous! This government is an obscene farce, blaspheming against everything good. We'll see what happens. It looks like I won. Cool. I'll take that. Take that RNG action. All right. Everything else, monument to the Sultan. No, we don't need that. And I gotta figure out how to get out of this debt. Where are we producing, overproducing? We could export sugar, but it doesn't, it's not going to be a lot. The Austrian market? Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that'll skyrocket prices a little bit, but we'll be able to make more money from it, which is getting a little too expensive. That's a little ridiculous. And I'm still in the negative. I think we're going to have to stop bolstering them. And I'm going to have to just do that for now. This is just a temporary stopgap. I think if we can actually get silk. So Aleppo. Millet farms are interesting because it's just grain, right? And they don't have anything really unique about them. Palestine is the one I'm more interested in. Across the board. Yeah. Across the board, I think it's a good one to go for. Let's slow down just a little bit. Can we instigate? Can. Here we go. Plus 100 authority. The Sunni Ulema are down just a little bit. That works for me. Which will then allow public schools. Make sure no schools. Okay, we're going to go to public schools 100%. We're going to try and push that as hard as we can. Now, we have a negative in authority. Let's pump out some trade routes. Okay, so that wood's no longer effective for us. Are we exporting? We're exporting 352 T. That might affect it just a little bit, but we can really focus on that. We're going to get more exports there. We're exporting a few units here, so I'm not really going to worry about it. Are we exporting paper? Why are we exporting paper? Why? Why? Well, we'll just tax the crap out of it. That'll net us a little more money. Goods with considerable potential for exporting. No, it's not. That's not true whatsoever. It's not true at all. If we bring stuff in from the British market, that drops it by a fair bit. But again, part of me does want to just push into France early and see if they will do a joint customs union. They'd be close. I still think that was probably one of the more smarter moves as the Ottoman Empire, was to really push that aspect of it. We're not going to get urbanized the Ottoman Empire, so I'm going to take that one off. We're close there, and we could probably afford to go to war. We've got conscriptable army thing, whatever it's called. Additional expenses. Oh, that's right, we did employ the army. A donation of knowledge. Yusuf is offered to spend the money to create a university. Absolutely. Is there anyone else that I can improve relations with that really matters? We could probably actually go for Spain. Wow, wouldn't they? No trade routes between our markets. Only minus 40 there. An alliance between Great Britain and France. No one wants to do that. They really don't like that. The Greeks really don't like it. You know what? Let's do that. Improve relations with Greece. Why not? Why not try and be buddy-buddy? Medical degrees has been unlocked as well. That's all fantastic. And I think we could probably push a war. Intensive agriculture. And lathes. That's great. That is great. Regarding military or society, let's go. There we go. Minus 25% trade route bureaucracy cost and trade route competitiveness are both great things to go after. It won't do a ton. 25% back on trade routes is only, 20, but role of discipline in the new public schools is raised by the armed forces as an era of improvement. Enactment time? No, that's fine. I think that would be good. We're still only at 9.3 though. And I know we're losing tax waste. I have to do it. I have to. Remind me that we have all this stuff. How much time do we have? 14 years? Let's do a diplomatic play of returning the state of Aleppo. We're going to return Palestine. And let's see, I have 75, so we're going to conquer the... No, we're not going to conquer the state. You're going to return the state of Aleppo. That's going to remove all of their stuff. Yeah, we'll do Transjordan. I think that would be good. I'm sure we can do something with Great Britain to where they would want to come in. Reasserting our authority. Yeah, that just gives us some good relations with them. What does he want? Force another country to abolish slavery. Ban slavery in Egypt. Sure. If that's what gets them to come in, I'm fine with that. Cool, so they caved. I pushed a little too early, which is okay. It's not a problem. It's okay. But then what we can do is there's not a huge market for silk. And that's because only textile mills consume it. So if we encourage exports, we might be able to get someone to come in. Debate over new public schools should have separate classes for male and females. Relics of the past. Are you kidding me? Absolutely relics of the past. Palestine is isolated. What does that mean? It's not connected by land. It's not connected by land to a port. We'll make it a port. We do have a smidgen of investment pool, which will get gobbled up like instantly, but that's okay. Take on debt. We are going to go ahead and do that. I really have to get my head above water, and if we can not have to worry about that, that'd be awesome. So we do need more services. We need more paper. We still need grain, but oh, we can affect that. We go down to rural. We're going to go intensive grazing, and then we're going to go down to all of the farm stuff. There we go. That really boosted us. Foreign interest. The obligation we owe is being used as a pretext to include their friends and the industrialists in our government. That's fine. Did they get shoved in there? Is that what it is? So our legitimacy went down, which is okay. That's we could kick out the local governors and be fine. I mean, it's only going to be a little bit less. So, a defensive pact. There we go. So now we're a bit protected against Russia, which is really kind of nice. All right, France, I see you. I see you. Who's this? Montenegro? Cool. No worries. We are getting some government administration things. We should probably find other regions. Okay, iron is just too much. So we have 40 there. 50, 60, 65. So we need 35, so we need 7. We can do that. And then we need to find another region. And we need to build... Ooh, 700,000. Just to make that. Yikes. That hurts. Academic assistant. The teachers of our higher institutions have offered to advise the government in the implementation of public schools. There are certainly differences between teaching the fundamentals and the more advanced education at our universities. As architects of the upper floors, we believe this would at least shed some insight. While public schools, oh heck yeah. That's a 20% increase in the potential of passing public schools. Absolutely, that's a smart idea. That government assistance is working. we could probably afford to build another one. Trade route, bureaucracy cost, and competitiveness is great. We are going to go to taxation capacity. That's 5 years versus 20 months. We're going to go to 20 months because we could also use banking in that regard. Whispers of insurrection, we're going to crack down. Things continue to be poor with Austria, and that really sucks. Really don't want them freaking out. We're reputable. We only have 8. Egypt. We have a truce with them until 1846, so 4 more years. We can still do that. We can still hit all of our marks. 34.48, a good vintage. Wine produced in Cyprus has been lauded as outstanding. Yeah, we're going to get a building wine output. I think that's very important. What do we got here? Serawi? No, we don't need that. I'm going to declare... Two Sicilies, Greece, France would come in as our allies. The rural folk have expressed their concerns about the government decisions clearly favoring the industrialists. No, they need to accept that life sucks sometimes. We need artillery. Hillary? Hillary. Like... Yeah, we'll get those 2. That will help immensely. And then small arms goes down as well. Perfect. Great. That's okay. We will definitely get that rolling. We should have more than enough. Oh yeah, we have way more than enough convoys to handle everything that we need. Now what we need to do, we're working on the iron mines. What is being consumed so much for iron? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Construction sectors and tooling workshops. That's what it is. And our tooling workshops need to change production values as well. We can go to lathes. I guess they really don't, do they? Yeah, we just need more iron. That's just what it is. Oh, and we can start reducing the impact of the clergy with that as well. Can't afford that. Market squares would actually be really good, because even though glass would go all the way up, the cost of services would go all the way down, which would be good. An influential faction within the Peat bourgeoisie has grown frustrated with the co-members' neutrality on the topic of public schools. Themselves in favor of the law, they've now resolved to form a separate political faction. Intelligentsia extend an open hand to this. Oh, that's perfect. We reduce the impact of the petite bourgeoisie while increasing the impact of the intelligentsia. Ladies and gentlemen, we may just get public schools unlocked pretty quickly. That's fine. I need it though. That's the thing. Services is cutting me at 12,000. We just really need government buildings, like a mother trucker. There's a mining accident. A mine in Bosnia has collapsed, trapping miners. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Bosnia and the nation. This is a small price to pay for the march of industry. The outrageous abuse of the common man cannot continue, or the mines are a blight upon the country, upon man and the country alike. We're going to favor the industrialists. Oh, nice. Per capita taxation law in banking. That's really good for us. Let's go... Let's see. That's furniture, paper mills, livestock. Atmospheric engine would be really good, but we will have to start focusing on coal if we do that. But we're slowly getting that urbanization pumped up. Slowly but surely. They have a great taxation capacity. Let's build a couple more grain mills there. Or not, paper mills, excuse me. I'm going to fund logging there for a while. And we'll get out of this. Once we build paper, it'll be cheaper, which means the quality of our government administration buildings should be able to be filled. But regardless, minus 6.8 is not bad. But if we can just reduce the weekly negative balance by making more paper. We are not a significant producer of paper. There we go. We now have public schools, which means education access and assimilation actually increases as well, which is great. Intelligentsia and the trade unions get to plus 10, so we should get their modifiers. The industrialists are at plus 5 now, so we should be able to at least get their modifiers on top of that. There we go. So for the intelligentsia, it's plus 10 or minus 10% tech cost. For the industrialists, it's minus 10% production tech cost and capitalist investment pool contribution. Now that doesn't really matter because we don't have really the ability to contribute too much. Laissez-faire is not good for us because it removes. Does it not remove the ability? Oh no, this is, I'm talking about trade policy. Free trade removes tariffs, and we don't want that. But if we have a chance to knock out traditionalism, interventionalism gives subsidizing all buildings, 5% aristocrats investment pool, 25% capitalists, unlocks government run for railway, which is pretty cool. Under this system, we can subsidize infrastructure and trade centers, manufacturing industries, mines, forestries, rubber plantations, oil extractors, infrastructure, whaling, and fisheries. Minus 25% loan interest rate. It may be time to start pushing out the landowners, because that's just too good. Like, that is too good. Border crossing. Our soldiers performing maneuvers near the border of Russia. Having our troops parade all over the borders, if it was nothing to them, could be a useful display of power. Result in a diplomatic incident in Anatolia giving 26 infamy to Russia and reducing their relations with two countries, the Ottoman Empire and Egypt. That works for me. At what point am I allowed to invade you again? 2 years, 1846. Now, what we could do is we could go after, like, Persia. They are Shiite, unfortunately, which really is a bit of a bummer. But we would get opium. Let's do it. Let's do a little bit of a diplomatic play. Can I embargo anyone? We're gonna damage relations to them, which is already a poor, so I feel like it's not gonna really affect much. If we can tack on to some opium, I think we could, perfect, let's get to it. Revolution. Yeah, all of those guys are fine. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could just do this. Yeah, no, we'll be okay. Conscription centers, I don't want to mess with, so we'll be okay there. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. That's fine. If we need to get the landowners out or the local governors out, then so be it. Revolution's upon us. Let's mobilize all generals. Now, we did lose a handful. I'm going to push on that front there. We're going to push there. We have a navy, right? Let's Already assigned to this order? Well, that's fine. They have 59, eh? Can I not bring... Oh, these are just diplomatic maneuvers, that's right. France will get to it. All they have to do is start pushing. If they can push hard enough, and if Russia doesn't mobilize, I think we'll be okay. They have a lot more troops than I do, but I think we'll be alright overall. At this point, I don't know what activating conscripts will do. And we don't have that many. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. We're going to... Did we just get pushed back? France, it would be great if you would come in. I'm really confused what happened right there. Really don't get what just went down. It's like I automatically collapsed. And I don't get what went down. Just a little bit. Cool. Now I want you to go... We're gonna cheat. I'm gonna push that as hard as I can. And we'll be alright on that front. We're still pushing them hard on that front as too. And we're still getting wrecked there, which isn't a problem. I think we'll be okay. My thing is like, is France gonna commit? Oh, they have committed. That's what that is. Okay, cool. Hopefully this is working out. Yeah, I know there's a revolution. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you are enjoying the content. Did he just like... Oh, wow, we're really pushing in. If you are, you can totally do things like get the follow button, hang out, exclamation point tutorial will give you some tutorial advice on the user interface. Lots of things we can do. Lots of things out there for you. So they're just advancing the front. I mean, they're just really pushing through, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, that's what's going on here. And I'm smacking them down. Okay. Yeah, that defense is going really, really well. Okay, no, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to go here. What do we got? An Ottoman land code. Our existing system of land ownership is old, inconsistent, and in dire need of reform. Reform the systems, but recognize traditional land categories and act a true modern land code. Now we'll see how that goes. Number of radicals has drastically decreased as well, but along with that, see an increase in other ways. He has no morale. We're just wrecking their morale. Slaves have risen up in Cyprus. They're not significant force yet, and there are multiple ways to approach. We're going to negotiate with them. Knock down the landowners by a good amount. And then, yeah, they just can't. They're going to have to capitulate soon. I like it. Now, by the time we get done with that, we should be able to recover 22 point... Oh, that's right. Education reform. Literacy has not gone up. In fact, I think it's gone down. Peasants resist land registration with the possibility of increased taxation and military service. Peasants from Mosul refuse to register their land. Where is Mosul? Oh, they've got nothing. Leave them be. Who cares? I don't care about their income. Cannot. Advancing the front. You're just not advancing the front. We're getting wrecked there. Okay, let's... I mean, they're gonna be gone. There we go. Annex the Turkish aristocratic revolt. Fantastic. Which means they should be kicked out of the government. They are a marginalized interest group. Which means our success should now be significantly better at urbanizing the system. We'll see how that works. And I'm now like careening out of debt. So what we can really focus on now, urbanization is at 44%. We still need to find the regions that aren't doing much, and we need to figure out what we can do to impact them in a positive way. Fish, you know what? Actually, fish works. How are we doing over here with everything else? Tobacco, we certainly could use, it's only at 3%. Tea is minus 75%. Fabric is doing great. Fertilizer, okay, meat. That means fabric's doing good. Grain is something we can always use. So let's just do that. And then I'll add a government. No, they don't need a government administration center. What could we use? You know, let's do food. They'll be in that same ballpark industry, and that should get us there. With these guys, do we not have the Bessemer? The atmospheric engine is what we need. So we'll push that, which is good. And so we might as well... That's going to be 1 million. That's 2 million. That's 3 million. But I think that will careen us over on that front. As for you guys, again, we're doing so good on that stuff, I don't think it really matters. The real question is what can fertilizer be used in? Production methods using fertilizer, so it's just farming. So we could export, no. Macedonia does not need a chemical farm or a chemical plant. So we could export, what are we? Let's do that. Can I export fertilizer? Yeah, we'll do the French market and the Austrian market. We might as well get buddy up with them as well. And we're officially out of the bureaucracy debt and the authority debt. Laissez-faire I don't think is going to be able to be enacted. And I'm not sure why. Just because of the law enactment fail debates. So we're at 23.9. I think what we can also start doing is really pushing areas out into the open with, let's see, that's 20. We start building up universities. So that's 40, 60, 80, 100. And that's going to pull them out of their funk as well. What we need to do next is build, we'll do 3 more construction. We have, see, even with our expenses, we're still like really capping out. Not in a bad way, just in a way. Increase all of our production methods on that front. Canneries will be good overall. That will knock groceries down, which is what we really, really need. Urban centers are going to get their market squares. We're going to get filing cabinets put in as well. Now, that also means we need more glass, which we can import glass desperately. We're going to go with the Moroccan market and the Spanish market. We have more than enough convoys, so I'm not having to worry about that at all. And it's 1846. Still don't really know how to get, because I'm in that lens. Nope, details. Oh my word. Politics. Diplomacy. Cool. We're going to invade them again.